Hello, happy full moon in Virgo to my beautiful, amazing YouTube community and family. I'm Ananda, the Galactic Mystic, and this is Navigational Astrology. Let's talk about this full moon in Virgo, see what this energy is about. Great big hugs to all of my subscribers. You guys continue to inspire and amaze me with your brilliance, your presence, your ideas, and the way that you live in such a examined manner, which is what I'm all about. I'm on a mission to normalize living an examined life using ancient wisdom with modern twists, folklore, magic, all of that stuff. So if these are things that you are interested in and you are not a subscriber, maybe take a moment and click that little flower of life button in the bottom right-hand corner and join this beautiful growing community. We would be honored to have you. So this full moon is in the latter degrees of Virgo, and it is occurring at 3:17 a.m. Eastern Time on March 18th, 2022. There are a lot of cool things about this full moon, and one of them is that this is the last full moon in a series of lunations that have all occurred at the same degree. Beginning in October of 2021, every full moon has been at 27 degrees, at least in most areas. Sometimes geographically, the degree that the lunation is exact changes slightly, but for the most part, this has been the case. Every full moon has been at 27 degrees, and every new moon has been at 12 degrees. And this was the case for 6 months. And this is incredibly unusual and rare, and created a sort of vortex, a portal of experience. And if you think about this and look at how the world is different now than it was in October, and even in our personal lives, how is your personal life? How are you different after this 6-month experience? A lot of things are changing. We're in a very powerful time in the world. And personally, just like as above, so below, as within, so without, the outer world trickles in and the inner world trickles out. It is all ever connected. We are also this is also the final full moon in this astrological year. The spring equinox on Sunday will begin a brand new astrological cycle. And this is a very powerful period of time, ripe with fertility, new beginnings, and a lot of magic that all of us can tap into. And speaking of this is actually something I nerd out about pretty often. And if you have had a session with me and you have a planet in this little area that I'm about to talk about, you probably got to witness my full nerd mode about this. So if you take your natal chart, take a look at it, and if you have any planets, angles, the nodes, anything major in the degrees of from Pisces 20 to Aries 20, this is what I call the birth canal of the zodiac. This area of the chart, the Queen of Wands is the guide and guardian of this birth canal of energy. And you can she hints at this as she is the only queen of the tarot that sits with her legs parted, giving us a hint that she knows her power of creation. So she holds our hand, she guides us from those last degrees of Pisces where we are still unborn. Energy is still in the non-physical. And then the power that is required to birth a new thing. It is not unlike actual birth. It's traumatic, it's scary, it's primal, it's powerful. It has unlimited potential. And this is where we are now. So this full moon is a really, really good moon to make moon water with. I've been getting a lot of questions about moon water, how to make it, what to do with it. I think next week I'm going to make a video about that and answer some of these questions that I've been getting. If you have a question that you would like me to directly answer in that video, send me a message or comment below, and I will be sure to bring in your thoughts, ideas, and questions into the conversation. So the Queen of Wands is our guide. If you have any planets in that birth canal of the zodiac, let me know in the comments, because that is a place in your chart where you have an extra dose of creative potential, an extra dose of creative power, and it's really yummy and magical. So I'm going to show you the chart for this full moon, and we're just going to quickly go over some of the energy and some of this that will apply to this if you're making moon water, some of this energy that will be contained within it. So here we have the full moon chart. Here is our moon at 27 degrees of Virgo. A full moon is always a sun-moon opposition. We have the moon down here at the sun down here at 27 degrees of Pisces. The sun and Neptune are both in that birth canal of power. Now, Virgo energy is very much imbued with fertility and great mother goddess energy. This is a very grounded, practical energy. And this is a perfect time to take account of the last 12 months of our lives. Virgo energy is so good at being able to see down the road and the steps we need to take to get where we want to go. Virgo cannot stay still. She has to grow. She has to change. And really, there's a lot of genius potential when you apply Virgo energy. And this being a full moon, this is the Virgo Pisces axis energy has fruited. The fruit is ready. It has become complete. And so it's there for us to harvest in the next cycle of the lunation. So that's the basic of Virgo energy. So the aspects we have to this full moon give us some extra flavor. And the tightest aspect we have is this beautiful trine with Pluto, who is here at 28 degrees of Capricorn. This trine is a very deep, penetrating energy. It is an intense energy. It gives us a greater ability to endure an emotional intensity where we almost seek it. We want to go beneath those hidden emotional layers. We also have a beautiful trine to the North Node. So this energy is supportive of where we are going as a collective, and we can use it to help us where help us get where we want to go individually. What are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish in this next 12 months? Use this moon water, if you make it, this full moon, to help you achieve greatness, all the beautiful things that you want in life. This energy is very supportive of that. Even though we are in some very tumultuous, powerful times, don't ever let things that are happening outside of you permanently shake your inner foundation. Virgo is very practical. She's hardworking. She also is very tender and incredibly capable of the care and feeding of those she loves. She also knows that we cannot take good care of the things that we care about if we do not take care of ourselves. So always include that in your planning, in your spiritual work, in your goal setting. I also have to talk about this opposition with Neptune, because this is a really interesting aspect to have at this time, because a Neptune moon opposition makes it a little difficult for us to be objective, for us to be able to see what's actually happening, in particular when our sentimentalities are triggered. It sort of gets us kind of irrationally involved in things that may not be the way they seem at first glance. That being said, Virgo energy is very adept at seeing the details of things that other people miss. So perhaps even with that energy in play, the Virgo moon will also be able to see through that. What do you think? Some extra asteroid flavor for this full moon. The asteroid Aphrodite is exactly conjunct this full moon, and she is, of course, the Greek goddess of love and beauty, connected to Venus. She arose from the dawn of time, from the foam of the sea. While she is the goddess of love, she is also a very discerning deity. Venus is discerning. She doesn't cast her pearls before swine. She knows her worth. So this is a really nice energy adding to this full moon. Another energy that I love is the asteroid Odin, is also exactly conjunct both Aphrodite and this Virgo full moon. And Odin is, of course, the Old Norse All-Father, the primary deity associated with knowledge and the sacrifices that we make in order to gain knowledge. And if you think about this, this is how we make hardship in our lives make sense. This is how we grow, by understanding what we have sacrificed in order to learn. And that is a very divine process. Odin sacrificed himself to himself in order to gain the wisdom of the runes. And he did so while hanging above the waters of fate. This is a really cool story, and Odin is also often conflated with Mercury, which is interesting to me because Mercury as a planet exists in an area of space where the gravity of the sun literally, sort of warps the planet in and out of actual time and space, which just is so cool to me. And Odin was a traveler, is a traveler in between realms and in the different worlds. He is associated with wise counsel, magic, prophecy, poetry, the hunt, and victory in battle. He's also sometimes considered a guiding spirit in the afterlife. And he was also a shapeshifter. I really, I love Odin. I love his presence in this full moon energy. So many blessings to you and your loved ones. How are you planning to spend and celebrate this spring equinox? I love thinking about the polarity of the equinoxes. We have the divine presence of masculine and feminine. This is, of course, also the pagan holiday Ostara, which is the spring equinox, and the representation of the eggs and the hair, the egg being the primordial egg, the seed of life, the feminine, the divine mother, which is connected to Virgo, isn't it? This fertility. And then we have the hair, the representation of male fertility and the divine masculine. And so together we have the elements we need for creation at this most divine time. So many blessings to you. Happy spring equinox. Blessed Ostara if you celebrate. I hope you have the most amazing full moon ever. If you are interested in information like I shared about the birth canal of the astrology, the birth canal of astrological energy, take a visit to my website and subscribe to my newsletter, because very soon I'm going to be teaching navigational astrology in a workshop setting rather than just one-on-one tutoring like I am now. I will only send you amazing emails. I love you guys so much. Let me know how you are, and I will see you very soon.